If you ever been to a college graduation and you see the graduates, have you ever seen the young white women and how they have their rings already? 23, 24-year-old women already proposed to because there's a plan. They have a plan in life that they know that they have to get married, start family, start legacy, and build up from there. When it comes to black women, they just want to make us baby mamas and leave us, and they just want to never commit fully and not treat us the same as far as being chosen like other races.
Wrong. Although I do agree with what she said about the whole ring by spring situation. We talked about that here on this channel before, especially when we covered a viral moment from Ebony K. Williams, and she briefly discussed ring by spring.
I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD.
I think it's safe to say that in the black community, the millennials and Gen Z were never really taught how to date when we were growing up. It's somewhat evident when it comes to the men.
You can tell kids whatever. It's going one end out the other. Kids move based on what they see. And that's why I think a lot of parents are arrogant enough to believe that I can, practice cognitive dissonance, right? I can tell you, hey, I know I'm out here wilding. I know I'm arguing with your mom every day, cussing her ass out, dismissing her, being neglectful. But when you get out there, I want you to be considerate. I want you to be focused. I want you to be this, because this is
you don't have them how I handle.
You don't have them how I handle. You do what I say.
That's what I do.
Right. And that right there digs a ditch that a lot of kids, it takes years, decades for them to climb out of. You see what I'm saying? So I think we got to be cognizant of what we showing the kids, damn what we telling them.
The reason so many black Americans will not get married is because we're not groomed to be husbands and wives. One of the perks about not going to a HBCU is you're around so many people of ethnic backgrounds, so many races, etc., even though I wish I went to a HBCU. One of the patterns that I've recognized in Middle Eastern and Asian communities is that they literally groom their children to be husbands and wives. And not only that, they're also grooming their children to marry other Asians and other Middle Easterns, etc. The men are emphasizing the importance of providing, of protecting, of how to treat your woman, how to pursue your woman, etc. And the women are emphasizing the importance or highlighting the importance of cleaning, of being submissive, on how to be a wife, etc. Don't get me wrong, your life should not be centered around a partner or how to get a partner, but it does help when it's time to get a partner. And so when we highlight the legacy of welfare, one of the things that we must highlight is the main objective of it was to separate the black family as a whole. So I'm just going to say, if we want future black people to be together and be married, and we want our black men to treat our black women right and vice versa, we have to groom our kids to do better.
But it's definitely evident in many of the women.
The narrative that our elders gave us, telling black women that when we're young to focus on our career and focus on our education and don't focus on our boys, is what's keeping black women single. And this is on the heels of the topic that I've been seeing a lot lately, especially in black women that are like 30 plus. That are talking about, like, I wish I would have did differently in my 20s because I was playing around, I was doing nonsense, I was dealing with people that didn't deserve my time, and now I'm 35 and I don't have anybody to share my success with. I don't have anybody to share these degrees with. I don't have anybody to go home to at night.
Y'all, I can't be the only one that feel like this or has ever said this to themselves, but I just came from Quick Trip and I was sitting in my car sipping on my little, I got iced coffee now, and I saw a family get out of the car, with the kids, the mom and the dad. And man, sometimes, it's used to happen a lot more than it happens now, but there are times when I'm sitting in my car and I see families and I'm just like, dang, I wish I could go back in time. If I had known then what I know now. It sucks because it's the decisions that we make really affect us, not just me, but and not just you, but for generations. If I had known then what I know now, I wish I could have that family, or had that family with the biological mother and a biological father still together, still like each other, and still love each other. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't want to be with that person and never did really. But I wish I had picked the right man to have children with and to marry. I wish I had done that.
And don't get me wrong, I do think our elders had a point. I think they probably should have specified, don't deal with no knuckleheads. Don't deal with no nonsense. Like, don't deal with somebody that's not equally yoked or on the same type of time with you. Because I think having a man, though, does not necessarily take away from your career or from your education if you're dealing with the right man. And keep in mind, no other race tells their daughters this. Like, no other race tells their daughters not to get married. No other race tells them that a man will take them away from their future and their career and all the things that are going to happen for them. The numbers talk. We're literally the lowest demographic when it comes to being married. So it shows that you can definitely be married while also being successful. Now, this is not saying that everything that they do is right. Okay, like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is nobody else tells their daughters this because they see the beauty and they understand the, what's the word? The word is importance, because they see how important a marriage is when it comes to career elevation, when it comes to societal's, perspective on who you are as a person. Because yes, like, I understand you don't have to be married to be a good person, but it's just our society. And at the end of the day, you can either learn to work with it or continue to work against it. And I think a lot of times Black women, we lean into our education and our resume as a way to kind of approach men, especially when you get to that older demographic of like 30, 35 plus women. I can see the pattern of like those women constantly like, I got this degree, I got this business, I got this car, I got this house, like, where my man at? Why my man not here?
Hi. I wanted to make a very vulnerable post. This is something that's been in my heart for a while. And this is not looking for sympathy. I don't need sympathy comments. I think that's a word. I don't need those kind of comments. I just want to share what I'm experiencing and see if any other girls are experiencing this. So I am 28 years old. I'm not saying I'm not happy with the way my life is. I have accomplished so much. I've traveled the world, bought my own home. I bought my own car, furnished my own home, won Miss Indiana, went to Miss America. I've done some incredible things that a lot of people my age have not yet accomplished. So I'm very proud of myself. But if you asked me at 18 or 21 or even 25, if I expected to still be single at 28, I would have said no. I can't seem to get past the talking stage. I've dated so many different guys. I've dated guys that I have lowered my standards for. I have dated guys who I felt like maybe I wasn't up to their standards. I've dated men of all backgrounds, all different races, and I still keep getting the same thing. You're great, I'm just not ready. I'm not in a hurry to get married and have kids, but that is something that I want. I just feel like it's just not going to happen.
Which is a totally valid argument, but I think partially is you have to start earlier. Because the thing is, the older you get, the harder it is to find somebody. And we keep seeing this. Like, we know for sure whenever you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, people are starting to get married. People are starting to have children. So those standards that you had when you were 21, you can't really have at 35 because things have changed. People's lives have changed. And at the end of the day, you have to look at your demographic. Once you hit like 30, most of the men that you're going to deal with are going to have at least one child. And if you originally were, I don't want no kids, I ain't doing it, it's going to make it extremely hard for you to find someone.
Single, 30 plus women with no kids. Report here. I have a question. Are we preparing to be stepmoms? Step-parents? Because they say you gotta prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And the way that it's going right now, our chances are getting slim. So what are we doing? Is that what we're doing? Let me know.
If you guys have made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. It's completely free and it goes a long way.
Also, don't forget to leave a comment because we like to hear from y'all. We want to know what y'all think. Is the video good? Does it suck? Did you learn something from it? Just say hello. Put a smiley face. I don't care. Just write something. Interact. Communicate. We like those things.
Now back to the video.
So I definitely don't think that our girls should just be dealing with any old guy, but I do think that we should start instilling like the importance of marriage and like the importance of that union, and like encourage them to find someone that they can really build with, someone that makes sure to nurture them, somebody that encourages them to get their education and start those businesses and do all the endeavors that they want to do while being a wife, while being a mother, if that's what you desire to do, because I know that's not everyone's desire. But I do think that we need to stop telling our daughters to like not focus on men, because the other topic is we don't know how to date, we don't know what to look for, we don't know how to properly, be courted, because all our childhood we're being told no boys, no boys, no dates, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's like, it makes it extremely hard when you're an adult and you're trying to navigate dating and you've been told that you can't do something for so long. It makes it really hard. And this is literally straight from the horse's mouth. Like, a lot of the older women that I've talked to, especially my mentors, are usually in their 30s and their 40s doing very well for themselves. And they're always like, the only thing that I would have did differently is really found somebody that I could build with, because it's hard dating. Like, it's nothing to play with. And they always tell me, like, girl, if you find one now, keep them. Don't let them go, because it's going to get hard. And you rather find somebody that really loves you and appreciates you so y'all can build, and you want to start earlier, so like later on this is not a concern for you because you've already started, you've already laid the pavement.
It became something that some of us in the Black community now know, that white women have a plan to get that ring by spring while they're in college. Meanwhile, on the other hand, our sisters, when they go to school, their parents or their mothers tell them, don't focus on boys. Focus on getting your education, focus on getting your degree, graduate, and then worry about getting a job. Then the men will come later. The men will always be there. Wrong. The men won't always be there. But that's just the difference between what white women are taught versus what Black women are taught. Listen, as a man who is marriage-minded and wants to get married one day, all I want to say for this video is that I think that us millennials, being the older generation, and Gen Z coming up right behind us, we need to teach the younger generation that they should not only prioritize their education when they're in college, but they should simultaneously look for their spouse while they're in college.
Because we're not groomed to be husbands and wives.
So that's all I have to say, man. Thank each and every single one of you guys for tapping in. If y'all haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. Make sure you leave a thumbs up. It is completely free and it takes a second of your time. It helps us out tremendously, and we here at Residual Impact greatly appreciate the support. Last but not least, go ahead and leave a comment, because we definitely got to talk about this situation here. And with that being said, I can't leave without saying, where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past. Till next time, gentlemen, peace.